Live.
We're live. I think
it should be live.
We are live. Yep. 4 seconds ago we went live.
Right. Boom. I like being zoomed in close. I gotta get my angle down. All right, let me make sure I'm not. I like being zoomed in close. I gotta get my there's my down. Echo. Come on, come up here. All right, let me make sure I'm not.
Mute.
I like being zoomed in close. Pull up. There's my echo. Come on, come up. All right, let me make sure I'm not.
3 years we've been doing live streams. Oh, you muted the whole screen. Jesus. Go to the tab with the video on it, then you can mute it at the bottom of the YouTube window. The video or the screen where you popped out the chat. Go back there. And then at the bottom of the video on the YouTube page is the mute.
I just killed the stream.
And then at the bottom of the video on the YouTube page is the mute.
I just killed it. Don't worry about it. Drive on.
And then at the bottom of the video on the YouTube page is the mute. And then at the bottom of the video on the YouTube page is the mute.
Now try it. It was in my tool tray.
All right. Now we're good, I think. Yeah, Velvet Elvis. The Echo.
You know what that is? I'm using Chrome on one, Safari on the other, so I'll put it in my tray, and I was trying to pull it back up, and I can't get Chrome. And no, we've only been using StreamYard for about a month with 2 lives.
3 years. 3 years we've been doing live streams.
If they still had Google Hangouts Plus, we'd be good to go. But I actually like StreamYard better.
Mm-hmm. We got a whole bunch of people tuning in, bunch of comments already. We got Lagavulin. We did Lagavulin 11 review came out yesterday.
I went with the old standby, baby.
Laga 16.
Boom.
I'm actually killing a bottle.
Heel slay.
Lagavulin 12 year 2017 edition. Gone.
Hey, Ben Welch is saying echo, echo, echo. That was my fault. I
got almost a little bit of heart. I'm warming up with that 12 year 2017. Almost got like a little heartburn with it.
Don't waste that then. Pour it back in the bottle.
Well, it's the last dram of it, so I've been meaning to kill it off. And I think it's a little muted.
Look at this. I haven't shaved the rest of the beard since went on vacation for Thanksgiving. Like it.
You know, I like DH Silv too.
Bart's still rocking the dirty face. Yeah. So Scott's looking manly.
Yep. Some of us got it. Some of us don't.
Your hair is getting a little long.
I just cut it today. What are you talking about?
Oh, maybe it's standing straight up.
Yeah.
Like porcupine.
I didn't fix it. Generally I get up in the morning and take my shower and get ready for work. So since we were doing this live, I took my shower and shaved and everything, got ready now, so I can sleep in a little bit in the morning, catch me a little bit more, a few more Z's.
Chocolate cake. They're saying it looks like I stuck my face in the chocolate cake. We'll see. It's here for another month. All right. So we got Eric Wade in. He's talking about, do you find less variation in whiskey profile in Lagavulin than other Isla whiskeys such as Ardbeg? Well, we'll let them discuss that. I don't know what to think of that. I mean, Ardbeg pulls out so many special types. Nicely done.
That's to me, they're both pretty close. I mean, I think Ardbeg is pushing out more experimental or more.
You got to say that sentence a lot faster. When you pause it, pushing out more
insert noun.
Yeah, it was a terrible pause. They're pushing out more.
I think Ardbeg is. I think they're trying more. You know, with the committee releases and then bringing back old releases. You just don't see that going with Lagavulin right now. Maybe they have something in the pipeline. I don't know.
I don't think they need. I like their limited releases by year. Their standard. I'm actually a little surprised by their Offerman or all this different stuff coming out. Their younger ones, good. Getting heckled here. Apparently, if I hold a cherry in my teeth, I'll look like a dessert, chocolate dessert. I knew you'd like that one.
A very tall chocolate dessert.
Yeah, there was a positive, a little, hey, the hats looks good, rocking the hat. Yeah, it was Dram Man KY. I'm hoping, I don't know what KY. Have Bart hold a cherry, and then he's even got the little emoji for it in his teeth, and we would have a hot fudge sundae. Sunday. That's true. He's tied in the day of the show and everything. That's pretty good. Let's see. Well, of course, Denver eked out a win. That matters in the big scheme of things.
Well, I'd almost prefer it they just lose at this point.
Yeah, get higher on the draft. Pick up a quarterback.
Well, the rookie started today, just drafted one last year, but next year's going to be a good quarterback class.
Yeah. Tolv Thomas, I think he's stirring up trouble, wants to know what I thought of the latest episode of The Mandalorian. I'm waiting. What's the deal going around? I've seen the meme with Baby Yoda turning on the radio.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I'm not going to tell you. You got to watch it.
That irritates me, actually. They're picking up a baby. Give me a break. Letting them sit in the driver's seat. It's terrible.
Zach Andrews is following along with his whiskey advent calendar. We did start that today.
Oh, yeah.
We'll kind of alternate in batches. I got 1 through 5, and then Bart will do 6 through 10. Then we'll alternate back and forth. So
that's all crooked. Right.
To
hats to all of you. From us to you. Picking up the Christmas cards for the Patreon supporters. What was it? On the 5th, they're supposed to be ready. So, ordered 240 of them. So, right now we got roughly 180 Patreon Super Scotch Gods. So, I'm being optimistic. I'm hoping that we will we'll pick up another 60 in the year. That may be optimistic, but we've always run out of cards the other times I've gotten them. So hopefully we'll add some more.
If you didn't catch it, I did say this was the last dram of that 2017 edition.
Yeah, you were heel slaying.
But I think it's it's actually been sitting here there's about 1.5 ounces, maybe 2 ounces left. It's a little muted. So I think just that amount sitting in the bottle started to oxidize it too much.
Sure. Maybe we should have poured it into a smaller deal, because that was one that had all the tobacco notes and a lot of leathers and was phenomenal.
Yeah, it just doesn't have the wow factor. It doesn't have that punch that I remember.
Got it.
Luckily, I got a spare bottle of it. I know you have at least one.
Boom. I think I got 3. Well, one open. Yeah, I grabbed a couple of those. Baby Yoda looks like a Mogwai. Yeah, I thought the same thing. I thought it was a Gremlins deal. It's like, what the heck? I was like, I hope that's not part of the actual series. It's terrible.
Bright light.
Pizza. My boy's a little nervous to watch it. He keeps seeing clips of the actual gremlins. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, it's not scary.
Richie Z thinks my guns are getting bigger. Nah, I don't think so. Same.
Yeah.
Which way to the gym?
My shirts are getting tighter. Does that count? Could be the guns. Maybe.
Bushcrafter 791. Do you recommend Lagavulin 16, Scott? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I've got it. I've got, I'm drinking the 12-year 2017 now. We just put up our review of the Lagavulin 11, which I was going to go to next.
Yeah, get it.
But I have the 16 here as well.
Great standby.
Yeah, I mean, it's a staple, really. What surprises me is how many people say this got them into one, either Scotch or two peated Scotches. Because when I first had this, I did not like it at all years ago.
Me neither. I was like, ugh. Yep. I missed a comment here. I was jumping in midstream.
No, it does have, and really though, and that's a good point from Eric talking about the differences of or what Ardbeg does with their different cask variations compared to Lagavulin. Really, Lagavulin is kind of just I mean, they've had some Oloroso sherry. I mean, there's some Oloroso sherry finishing with the 16-year. But really, the majority of the stuff they put out is just ex-bourbon cask. I would like to see, and now that you say that, I would like to see a little bit more from Lagavulin.
Maybe younger versions. I like when they came out with that 8. Keep trying that. Just take her younger. I want to see a 4-year, see what kind of peat punch is on that bad boy. I wouldn't mind if they tried some stuff in like a second fill or something. So, or maybe just see what kind of wood influence. That might be kind of interesting if they did that. But I don't know. I get nervous. They're doing good though. Whatever. They can do whatever they want.
I think we need some PX finishing from Lagavulin, and we need some Marsala cask finishing.
Yep. Carino 1. Hi Bart. Hi Scott. Hi everyone. Scott. Finally got my wife sipping a little, and it wasn't the Irish that was the gateway. It was Booker's Country Ham.
Where's that at? Who said that?
That is Carino 1, if you want to throw that. She loves it. She loves it. Oh, look at that. He's got a cool, couldn't see it that good. That's neat.
Carino's the one responsible for us trying Del Bach.
Mm-hmm. Good man. That was an eye-opener there. That was experiential.
Richie Z wants to know, is the Lagavulin 11 Offerman, is it a must-buy?
No, but it's really good.
Well, I think if you're a fan of Lagavulin and you can find it sub $80, $90 range, I know in a lot of places and seeing some comments coming in from the video, I mean, in some places it's $140. If it's $140, unless you just want to complete your collection of Lagavulins, I'd pass on it. But $70 to $80 range, I think it's worth it, and pick it up for sure.
Sure, but I wouldn't say it's a must buy. It's good. I think you must have a bottle of 16 on your shelf. Unless you hate peat, you should have a 16 around. That's a staple that you should have. I'd have that before you went hunting and paying more for the specials. But it's neat. That one might get some people trying it just because of the show. Heck, the show's probably introduced all kinds of people to it.
Sorry, replying to my mom. My mom's texting me.
Goodness. Your mom's a sweet woman. She is. I like her. You guys can see her on an early episode. What was it? Episode 8? Something.
It might have even been before that. I don't know.
Yeah, it was around there.
DH Silv earlier. I just had 4 Lagavulins, all with different cask finishing tonight. A Moscatel finish, a white wine cask, and then a double sherry cask, then bourbon. All were different. Very nice. What releases were those? Or were those kind of like distillery or Fagiel releases?
Eric Evanson says, hi, Bart, all in caps. Hello, Eric. Manga to you. Mm-mm. The Lacheg 19PX. You'll forget lag. It's unreal. Well, that's the one we just had, wasn't it?
It was the 19-year Marsala.
Mm.
Yeah. Cask strength, delicious.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's stunning.
Yep. But it won't make you forget. It won't. It's just really good. Really, really good.
Randy Adams can get the 16-year Lagavulin for $70 in Arizona. You can find it on sale here occasionally in that range. Most of the time, it's around $90 for the 16.
Yeah,
really for a 16-year whiskey,
it's good.
I mean, that's pretty cheap.
Yep. Need to have some more of the 16.
Yeah, and then DH Silv says, I've got 2 chats up here.
2. I can barely handle the echo.
I've got the StreamYard chat over here being the host, but it doesn't highlight the super chats.
Got it.
So I've got the pop-out chat over here to highlight super chats. But if you wanted to highlight it here on the screen for people to see while we're talking,
you got to be in StreamYard.
Yeah, I've got to pull it up from the StreamYard, so I've got to go find it there. But
all right, that's good to know. I need to do this on my board game side, and then I'll have a better idea what you're doing on your end.
Craig Foss, 104 Lagavulin in Nebraska. That's probably normal. Hopefully you find it on sale. But I mean, really, even at $100, Lagavulin for a 16-year-old single malt, good peated, from Isla, a little bit of sherry finishing in some of it. Good buy.
And the peat's still strong at 16 years.
I'm going to go next. I'm going to pour 2. I'm going to pour a little bit of the Lagavulin 16 and a little bit of the Nick Offerman and try it.
Offerman. I think I always say his name wrong. I've only seen one episode of the show, and he was great in it. My brother loves it. I didn't like all the camera angle, the zooming and pulling back. I was like, what is going on? Getting old? It's just like, hold that camera. Goodness, quit zooming. Yeah, the one I saw, they were trying to, I don't even remember. I want to say they were trying to save a park or something.
Yeah. They're trying to create the first season, which is what I watched. They're trying to create a park in a there's an old place where somebody was gonna renovate and build apartments or something, and there's like a big hole in the ground. So they wanted to put in a park.
All I saw was the one where the news lady basically is hungover and says she's having an allergic reaction, and Offerman takes over and just steals the show. That was good. He was definitely the highlight. And oh shoot, now I wanted to say Hemsworth, and now I can't remember his real name. The other actor,
Pratt, Chris Pratt.
Pratt's trying to take the cops test. Passes a written, but he can't hack the oral board at all. I think it was good, and that was funny.
Will be interesting here to see the 16-year next to the Lagavulin 11, and we had a lot of people kind of asking.
Well, maybe that should be one of. We should do a versus with that. That'd be a good versus.
If there's any of the 11 left, you might have to go buy a bottle.
I wouldn't be against it.
And give a little foretaste, as Bart calls it here.
Nice. We sync there.
Is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Foretaste.
We did it again. God damn. You are magical. My boy'd be down here yelling, Jake, show me a Coke. I wasn't sure you were going to go to foretaste. I'm trying to get the family to go with the Die Hard Christmas tradition like what you have in your house. We were doing Polar Express tonight.
My wife loves that show. I hate that thing.
I don't like it. I don't like
it.
Chocolate song. Hot chocolate, hot chocolate. I was like, God dang. And then when the train goes across the ice, I'm like, this is just a dream. He's having a dream.
I don't like the little kid in there. That's the little brat kid.
Played by what's his name, the comedian out of New York or whatever that does the whiny nerd voice.
Yeah, that kills me.
Yeah, he's always
really just him. It's just him. The rest of the movie, I don't care. It's all right. I like Tom Hanks's part in it.
Well, you told me off air you didn't like seeing the poor kid on there because you don't want to be faced with the poor. Okay, I made that up. He didn't say that at all. That wasn't it. So,
Jeremy Semper Social Club points out that the Parks and Rec is like The Office, but different cast. Both great shows. Yeah, The Office was out first, and in fact, I've watched all of The Office. Love it. I've just never really sat down with Parks and Rec outside of the first season.
I've seen one episode.
Gosh, Mike, I always mess up your last name. I want to say Gawkin. Looks like Gachain, but I think it's Gawkin. He told us at one point he can get Lagavulin 16 for $68.99. That's
wow. Load it up. That might be a bad neighborhood and you can get it cheap. They're like, you walk down there to get it and you're going to get a discount. Just kidding. Mm-hmm.
For those that watched the Lagavulin 11-year review, real quick, I see a super chat come in. I whisper into Bart's ear who I was thinking of. I actually had to go in and mute that little part because even our mic picked up the whisper of the person that I named, that even if that person's face was on the Lagavulin bottle, I would buy it anyway. But
that was just good. There it is. Look at that. Full cowbell for Zach, baby.
More cowbell. Zach Andrews.
That's the real cowbell right there. That brings in the cow.
And Zach says, just want to say thanks again, guys, for another great year. So glad that I found you guys last year and getting to meet y'all. Can't wait for the future. Yeah, great to meet you too, Zach.
Yep.
And the wife.
Yep. Good times.
And Mike says that's correct. Scott must be. So it's Gawkin. Mike Gawkin.
Gawkin. Because we got a buddy whose last name is like Gatch. And I always want to say Gatchin.
Whoa.
What?
AK Spaded.
What?
Hold on, I gotta find that over here and put that one up.
Costco for 58 in Anchorage. That's worth. I think we could make a road trip and make it profitable. Be like that Seinfeld episode where they use Newman's mail truck.
And there you go with Matt, Whiskey Crusaders. Ooh. There was a guy who found it at Costco in Arizona for 49 smackaroos.
That sounds mythical now. I think we're moving into the mythical range.
Mm-hmm.
Fond of the 8. Yeah, Whiskey Ace. I like the 8 too. I think they should experience young and see what they get. I want a heavy Pete. Why do I feel like Scott said Eric Waite in Bart's ear?
I'd buy 2, Eric, if your face was on there.
Ooh.
What if it was Bart's face that was on there?
It'd be cheap and find it on sale. They'd call it the cake eater. With a manga shirt. Someday, maybe someday. Ooh, do.
My mom's still texting me here, so forgive me while I distracted for a second.
That's all right. You can't see that. That's called that's tainted grail. He's still distracted. The box is very muted here. You got to aim some light at it.
Matt got a picture of it sent to him to prove it was not crazy. Cray.
Wow. Well, if they can fake a moon landing, they can fake a bottle buying purchase. For the record, I do believe they landed on the moon.
Arthur Lopez says, have you all had Balcones peated Texas single malt? We have not.
I think I got to try a sip of it from a flask when we were at the Bastards Ball. Pretty sure I did. I know I did, actually. It was good. I forget the gentleman, though. He was one of their...
That's what I was going to say. Whose flask was it?
Yeah, I know. I think Eric was the one that maybe even told me. No, I can't remember. Somebody came over and said, ooh, ask for a little sample from the flask.
So you just go around drinking out of people's flasks that you don't. You're a flasker.
Oh yeah. Oh, he recognized me. He said, "Ooh, it's a dummy." I go, "I heard you got a flask of something peated." He's like, "Oh, I do." And I was like, "Hold me up." So, yeah, I think if it's that one, it literally just went on sale like maybe a month ago. Because he's like, this isn't officially out yet. I'm like, that's what I heard.
Richie Z is asking, what's our most popular T-shirt? The stamp of approval, or the circle. We call it the stamp of approval. The Scotch Test Dummy Certified Scotch God. See, well, like that.
Yep, like that. For a while, it was Love the Pete.
Well, actually, I keep track of that too. Bart gives me hell for keeping.
I don't anymore. I was like, you keeping another track, and then time and time again, you like save the day.
Well, I can tell you. Okay, so the stamp of what we call the stamp of approval leads by far. We've got 3 T-shirts that are all pretty close as far as top sellers, and that's the Spartan helmet. Our Glencairn logo, where our Scotch Test Dummies is in the shape of the Glencairn, and then Love the Pete T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
Now in Europe, Love the Pete leads the way.
Beautiful.
The UK loves Love the Pete T-shirt,
as they should.
Yep,
as they should. We got to get that cowbell out.
Oh, do we? Go.
Woo! Sipper Social Club, $5. Bart, did you ever catch my Halloween review of Compass Box Circus? I take credit. I take credit of your test it. Shout out. It was all in good fun. I have. You know what? I think didn't you say something about that, Scott? I think you were told.
He said something in another stream one time, and I tried to find that video and I couldn't find it. I wasn't for sure which one it was in.
Yeah, you can do it all. Just sing it out. I'm waiting for the day we've already had some folks spot people in dummy shirts and yell out boom. I'm waiting for somebody to just scream out test it, and it'd be like it kismet. And then you guys go hang out together. Or a guy and a gal, whatever.
There's Lana. Oh, there's Lana Lou.
Lana Lou. My boy is stomping.
We got a new Lana Lou still loves her STD baseball style T-shirt. Yeah.
That is a good one.
Wes Jolly is tuning in. I know a lot of people are tuning in. We haven't called out, but I just see people just hopping in now and commenting. So, Randy Ehrman asks, "What do you guys think of Glenlivet 18?" Now, well, Glenlivet 18 is a famous Cousin Shane's first episode. When Cousin Shane makes an appearance on our show and sings Hallelujah. and we had at the time it was just a 200 milliliter bottle, I think, of it. 100 mil. It was probably a 200 milliliter bottle of Glenlivet 18, and I haven't had it since. And that was early on. Early, I mean, that was review number 20 or 24, something like that. But
yeah, all I can say is I remember it was smooth, and he knocked it back like it was a shot of young whiskey, young bourbon.
I actually about picked it up the other day again because I saw it and it was 95. I think it was $95 I saw it for. And I thought for an 18-year-old, that's pretty cheap, and we should try that one again, but I didn't. So
that would be a good one, and we'd have to have him back on the show.
Yeah,
we'd have to bring him back. So, look at that, Zimco. How's about a lag shootout? 8, 9, 11, 12, 16. Like the way he counts.
We don't have the 9. That was the Game of Thrones release, but it's still around. I think so. We could get that one. We have the 11. We don't have this year's 12. We do have the 2017, and then we've got the 16, and we've got a couple of other releases as well. One from Eric Waite gave us one bottle from the distillery. Roy gifted us another bottle from the distillery.
That would be good. Do you have that, or do I? You probably kept that.
That one's over here. You tried to keep all the Ardbegs and Lagavulins. I gotta like hide them under my coat and stuff.
Yeah,
get one once in a while.
You ain't lying. You like throw money down on the floor and then you put the bottle in your bag. You'd be like, "Oh, you dropped some money." I'm like, "What?" And then I can't keep track. When I move something on my shelf, I don't even know what I got.
Mark's been like, "Yeah, no, we haven't had that." And I'm like, "Yeah, we have. You bought it in freaking Oklahoma City last year, and we did it. I remember."
I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you do it.
I don't know.
I did the blind abomination there, and you were like, "Wait, you had it on the shelf right there." I'm like, "What the hell?" I barely could find that thing when it was time to do it. You knew where the placement was. Great.
Well, Whiskey Crusader says the Glenlivet 18-year is good, but he prefers the 15-year French oak. So what happened was I had a 3-pack. It was the Glenlivet 12, the 15, and the 18. They were 200 milliliter bottles. We shot the reviews of the 15 and the 18 because we'd already done the Glenlivet 12. And we did we talked about something kind of controversial at the time with the 15-year, and so we never posted that review. And I can't even remember what it was.
Shocking. Eric wants to know, do you have an inventory kept of all the things you have? Nope. Scott's brain. That's what it is. That's why I have no idea what I got. He could steal stuff off my shelf. No idea. Look at that. He's got I like this StreamYard where you throw it up there and you can see their avatar real big.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. Except for
Eric, though. That doesn't look like Eric.
Oh, that's what I was just, you and I are in sync, baby. I was getting ready to trash him too, and then you brought it up. That was perfect. We're lined up. There's Lana Lou. That's that.
Lana Lou wants to know, are we going to Scotland with the Scotch 4 dummies? She's so excited. If not, let's do a group bourbon trail next year. We don't have any plans to go back to Scotland right now. I mean, we will eventually. When? We don't know. Just with our full-time jobs and life and families, until we both retire, there's probably not a lot of trips going on. But
right. And my wife said next time we go to Scotland, she needs to come too.
Yeah, I might have heard the same from my wife. Yeah.
And then we talked about making base camp in Inverness and then shooting out from there. Inverness was a fun city. I really like it.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful part of the country.
It is. It is. Yep. My highlight, I was just thinking about today, is still at Tomatin. The tour we did at Tomatin, and then me yelling German and you getting told that she makes her own decisions. That was perfect. That was a German experience in the Highlands. And me scaring the heck out of Wee Scott when he pops back in after the tour, and I'm in there screaming German, and he's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't do that." He thought the whiskey went to my head.
Susan Ward is just tuning in. Have you opened your advent calendar bottle for today yet? Today's is posted for December 1st, and I've got tomorrow's is uploaded to YouTube. It'll post at 8 in the morning.
Early drinker. So there's a little behind the scenes. He pre-filmed it. Hello. You got to, unless you go live.
Or if we were retired, you could get up at 6 in the morning and start drinking.
That'd be the way to retire right there.
It's coming. It's coming.
We'd be in our shorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that'd be great. Dan E, well, hurry up. I think he means retire. He just retired himself.
Wes Jolly asked Scott and Bart, you can only pick one. Sherry, Pete, or Pete and Sherry?
Pete.
Sherry. I don't have to think about that one.
Yeah, Pete. We can just sync up, though, when they're together. It's just like that peanut butter and chocolate.
You got chocolate in my peanut butter. You got peanut butter in my chocolate.
Yeah, it's that we should. Ooh, there's an idea if we ever get some spare time for one of our fun shows.
Yeah,
we could redo that old classic. We'll have to pull up that classic commercial and see what it would take to duplicate it, but with something whiskey.
All right, my Lagavulin 12-year 2017 is gone. I have the Lagavulin 11 and the 16 in front of me, side by side.
Actually,
they're both pretty close in color.
There you go. Lana Lou says
16 might be a little darker.
Lana Lou says sherry with a bunch of Y's.
Mm-hmm.
Scotch on the Bayou. He's got a nice one there. It's Whiskey Crusaders, but Lore is one of his favorites. Yeah, the Oogie Dale. Ooh. That's a darn good one. Yeah, they're doing it right. Isla's got it going on.
All right, just starting with the 11-year. Good, very rich. And I'll tell you that 12-year is muted, the 2017 12-year, because that Lagavulin 11 tastes better than it did.
Wow. You got to put Eric Waite's comment up on the main screen. He snipered it. His snipering ways are back. Pun intended.
Which one? That one?
Yeah. He's seen the show where we're mounted. Wants to know if I took the horse to the chiropractor when I was there. Wait till you see our Christmas card. Hint. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There's some shenanigans in that.
Oh, let's see here. A couple comments coming in. Matthew Parks just tuning in. Don't know if I've seen him before. Howdy from New Orleans. That's a Scotch on the Bayou's territory.
Nice.
He says enjoying some Balvenie 14-year-old Pete Week. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Got that one as well. Pete Week. The 2003 vintage.
There you go.
Here's the week of Pete. What?
Got to go Ot 3. You got, first of all, you got to say it that way. Ot 3.
The Ot 3.
The Ot 3 is good. Dan E says Bart dyed his beard with Pete. Yes, it has been touched up a little bit. You could barely see the darn thing do the gray down in here. Although that thing held its color. It's kind of freaky looking. Isn't that a Van Dyke or something if you just have that little soul patch right there?
I've heard of that term, the Van Dyke, but I'm not sure what it actually means.
Got to be that.
Eric Evanson wants to know why you're not tasting. You don't have the 11-year there with you. So you've got the 16. And then you've got one or two other Lagavulins, but did you just grab the 16?
Just grab the 16. Yeah, we were talking about, hey, we're going to do Lagavulin, and I was like, you know what? The standby, baby. Going with the standby.
You've got which two? We had the it was two distill. Oh no, it was the Jazz Fest one, and then the distillery release, if I remember right, that we just reviewed. Did we do them together? And then you kept one over there, and I brought one here. Yeah.
Oh, Eric says his avatar is Darth Zana from the old Star Wars era. Yeah, there you go. What, like back in the what was that? The Old Republic, right?
Yep.
Thousand years ago. They need to do a show on that. I wouldn't watch that one until they were all out either. Then I could binge watch it. Yeah, it's a picture of a woman. She's a woman. She's a woman.
She's only a woman to me. She can.
What's a good birthday scotch to ask for? I turned 45 in January.
Who's that?
That is Bush
791. How much do you want to spend, and what do you like? What's your palate, Bushcrafter?
Right, because I always tell my wife, I'm easy. Just get something heated.
What's the budget, and where's your palate lie?
Yeah, if you're going older, Scott will tell you. Someone, where is it? Hold on. Ashworth here. Bart, just for men or kiwi shoe polish? I did do a little just for men. I've got the kiwi around too.
A lot of people sound that it's not natural, Bart.
Yeah, I don't care.
People can tell.
I don't
you
care.
You gotta let it's all natural, baby.
No, it was all faded. It looked terrible.
You saying mine looks terrible.
I never said that out loud.
Let's see here. Can I bring mine in?
Yeah, bring it in. It's all salt and pepper.
Yeah, it's a lot of salt and pepper going on. So up there too.
Yeah, that's true. You went silver early. That one time. Yeah.
I don't know if I can I enlarge you? Oh, I know what I can do. There we go. Nope. Whoop.
Don't put me on the other one. You got all them.
Wait, I got to click up here. There we go.
Got all them boxes.
That's all I got to do. I forgot.
Right. I don't like seeing all that. We need to have it like this. It's supposed to be over this way. So you can see Steel Driver over there.
All right. What do we get? Where's Bushcraft? Did he come back? He loves Highland Park. What's the budget wise though? What would the 45th? Are you buying it or someone buying it for you?
His wife's buying it.
$200 range. Charles Ashworth just threw up HP 18. You know, that's one we've never had.
Scotch on the Bayou. I was wondering what exact hue that was. I just matched my mustache. The mustache stayed colored, and so did this soul patch. And then this stuff here was all fading out. So that's part of what's weird is this stuff here isn't even touched. Nor is this. But this stuff, that's what's got a little touch on it. And it's still kind of faded out. I was a little unimpressed because there was a point where I had full beard working on the job, and my full beard came in like a German wild man. People couldn't believe I'd only been in that special unit for a year. They were like, "Oh my God, how long have you been under?" 1 year. What?
Bushcrafter's budget's $100. He likes Highland Park. Volknut. You've got that one. You bought it. I've never tried it. We've never reviewed it yet.
Yeah, we need to review it.
A couple people have said the full volume, which we've never had either, and that is the $100 range. Highland Park. Highland Park though, lightly peated. Most of them slight sherry finish or sherry influence.
Like,
Oh, well, no. Well, you could, I'll tell you what, if you can find Bunnahabhain 18, it's running about 130, 120 to 130 range. Bunnahabhain 18-year-old, stunning, killer.
Stunning. Look at that. He even turned to the camera. It was like stunning.
As soon as I turned around and I saw my Bunnahabhains lined up right there.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's it. Get that one. It's stunning. Does the Costco by you guys not sell alcohol? It does not. They have to have it outside the building.
Well, and it's not owned by Costco. It's an independently. It's a local, liquor store that has one attached to them. They don't. So we don't get the Kirkland bottlings. I've been into ours, and really, we've got a couple of big liquor stores here in town, Jacobs and Groves, and our Costco liquor store really has stuff about the same price that they do.
All right, what else going on here?
Scotch on the Bayou says that the HP full volume is about 17 years. She thinks it's quite good, and absolutely on the Bunnahabhain 18. Yeah, I think the full volume was 17 years old. They actually, if you read the fine print on it, it had in there 17 years, but they never really stamped it or showed that age stamp on there being 17 years old.
Goodness. Kilhoman is lightly peated. Not the cast strength one I got. That bad boy will get you.
Yeah, the Kilhomans I've had have been they're bold, I would say.
I'll come get you.
I got the 11-year Lagavulin and the 16-year Lagavulin going back and forth. They're both darn good. I mean, it's kind of hard to pick one. They're a little bit different, but obviously same family.
Mm-hmm. Wow, there you go. Dram Bam. Good name. Dram Bam, thank you, ma'am. That's a good one right there.
Booney has a really nice limited edition. Which one? Which one is that?
He'll want it. He'll hunt that down. DeSilve. Yeah, if Kilhoman is lightly peated, Yao Ming is a bit taller than average.
Yeah.
He's turned into the sniper there. That was a good one. Oh, boy. Let's see. Richie Z. I plan to retire in my 50s. It's tough to do, but I want to. Now he's rhyming. There you go. Yeah. I think Scott will be ahead of me, but I'll be in my late 50s.
Late 50s?
Yeah. 58 is if I go max. So, and I'll probably go max.
I got 5 years left at the most.
I'm
saying.
Huh?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
I do 5.5, but if I do 8, put me at 8.5 years, brother. I'd be knocking them down. 49 and a half, almost.
Fight for sound. He's working on his second million right now. He gave up on his first.
That's a good one. Like Lana Lou says, I'll go back to work full time when my husband retires. Perfect.
I mean, unless something else comes along, though, when I do retire, I'm planning on doing YouTube and the Scotch test dummies full time. So I've got some stuff in mind and some. Actually, I almost turn in like a Monday through Friday podcast in the mornings and do something every day, and then just spend the rest of the time, networking and getting involved in stuff and going from there.
Right. Yeah, we need to. I know this is on me. I listen to podcasts, but I've never done one. I've got to rip some of our audio from our shows and just throw it up on a podcast, see how it does. Can't be hard. If we can do video, we can do a podcast. We got good audio, so that's key.
Yeah, I was surprised when we were outside on those horses we just had our shotgun mic on the camera. Man, it was like it sounded like some high dollar. Well, I mean, I guess it's
good. It's not
it's
mid range. It's a mid range shotgun
mic, but
it
did better than I thought when you got back and processed the videos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that audio turned out a lot better than I thought.
Yeah, you had some gusting wind, but the background wasn't bad at all. We were kind of. He was right though. His barn there shuts down a lot of that wind. Compass Box Lost Blend. Yeah, he's at it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now the Lost Blend is actually a remake of. I was right on the tip of my tongue. Starts with an E. I've got an old bottling of that as well back there.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's on the tip of your tongue.
Just haven't had to think of it for a while.
You're in his heyday there. He's got a collector gene in him. So what Compass Box does is like collector crack.
Yeah, what had happened though was he'd blended early on. One of his bottlings was called gosh, now it's right there. But and then they ran out of those whiskeys. He couldn't source them anymore. And so after a while, the Eleuthera, that's it.
Cloth jumped in there, yeah.
But
Crusader.
He couldn't recreate it, so Lost Blend was a recreation, basically, of Eleuthera. There's one for Bart.
Scott, you like double single. I love the double single. And we tried that with we had the Circus was out there and something else. And I actually thought the double single was going to be my least favorite. And it was far and ahead. Scott was calling me crazy. He's like, you're crazy. And I loved it.
No, it's good. But yeah, you just raved on and on about it. And I was like, all right, well, it's good. But
this was creamy.
That's the early Eleuthera.
Nice. It's a little out of focus. You got to bring it back.
Vatted malt Scotch whiskey.
Hold on. You said it's malt Scotch vatted whiskey?
Vatted malt Scotch whiskey.
Sorry. Malloy's not on, I don't think. Oh, boy. Let's see. Dustin, that sounds like the Multiman. Okay. Frank Lampert. Oh, yeah. The Spaniard is very good for the money. Hemp Hill's in. Evening all.
Danny says he just saw it on the shelf for $99, talking the Lost Blend. That I think it was little over $100 when it was out. I'd seen it on sale when people were clearing it out for right around $90. So that's pretty decent. And it's mostly gone everywhere. So if you can still find it for that, I mean, it's good. It's peated, and it's a good whiskey.
Faircloth says, looks like that bottle came from Orlando.
Travis might know where that bottle came from.
Lana says, I don't have an original bottle of the Eleuthera, but I have the recreation of it. Very good.
I did have a source found that for me. I think it was just last year, but they still had it on the shelf.
$79.99.
And I think I looked, and this is about 2007 or 2009 from Compass Box.
Yep. Scott's networking. He's a networker, baby.
Yeah.
Called Compass Box World. I've got a few folks that'll find me art bags.
Probably. Whiskey Crusaders wants to know if I've compared it to the Lost Blend. Does it look that doesn't look like it's been compared to anything?
Oh, you got to put Sniper's comment up. That's hilarious. That's another Sniper. It's good to be back live with the Sniper.
My vast deferens have been cut.
I like it. That's perfect.
Right up here, David Cole's tuning in. Do you have a cheap whiskey go-to? His is Evan Williams bottled in bond. My Evan Williams, we've got the green label, the black label, and the bottled in bond. They're all right down there.
Those are good.
Probably though for what we can get around here and what I consider cheaper, I probably drink more Weller's and Maker's Mark than anything. Most of the time, if I just want a bourbon,
Makers or Elijah Craig, just the regular Elijah Craig.
Yeah. Of course, now they're running a little bit more. They're both, Weller's Special Reserve is still here. I mean, some markets it's allocated; they can't find it. We can pretty much still go to any store here and find half gallons of it for $33. So the fifths of it are $19.95 for the most part. Weller Special Reserve, Maker's Mark runs $24 in our market, $25. That's
Greg $29.
But now the Evan Williams bottled in bond runs $17 to $19, so it is a little bit cheaper here. But it's darn good. It's a hidden gem. See, like Eric Evanson says he's never seen a Weller's in his area. The whiskey distribution is just baffling to me in the States.
Yeah, I know. It's state by state.
Yeah, that's what's baffling. It's just when one state gets stuff that another state doesn't, or one state gets it 6 months ahead of another state, and it's kind of like, what took it so long to go from Nebraska to Kansas?
Yeah, you almost wish we could just have like 4 regions or something, but that would get screwed up too. So.
Matthias is tuning in.
Hey,
we met Matthias down in at the Bastards Ball. We have shot a review of the Glen Scotia and the Glen Scotia that Eric Evanson gifted us as well. We did both of them together, and that review is coming up. Should be out in a week or two on Saturday.
Los, Matthias. Victus Los.
We had the one was the Glen Scotia Ruby. I forget what was it. PX finished. It was sherry cast and cask strength. And then Eric had given us a double cask version of a Glen Scotia.
Right.
And that's really the only 2 Glen Scotias we've had and done. Yeah, Ruby Port. That's what Matthias says it was.
Well, thumbs up.
Frank Lampert is in our area, which this is an even worse case scenario here, but he's things getting allocated has gone nuts. He was in Groves and they were selling McKenna 10 bottle and bond as 1 per customer at nearly $50. It was 30 to 30. Actually, I think the first bottle I bought of it was $25, and you'd kind of seen it work its way up to about $35 a bottle.
And
really, so for being allocated and the awards that it's won, if you can find it for $50, it's probably still worth it. That's getting the high end.
No, it's not.
But there's probably, the thing is, there's some markets and people that are paying more.
What's dumb? Bring on the American single malts, baby. We need to nail the market with good American single malts.
See you, Zach. Have a good night.
Bring those bourbons back down.
It's gonna hit to me, I think it's got to hit. It's got to get the secondary market. Those people that are it's going to get oversaturated. I hope. I think you're going to run out of people that's just willing. Enough. The people that are willing to pay $500 for Van Winkle 12-year, or $500 or $600 for a BTAC edition. They're going to spend it. They're going to get it, but then they're going to realize it's not worth that money, and it's eventually going to catch up to the hoarders, the people that have the money and are buying that stuff and stocking up on it and keeping it from everybody else to have it and having it. So, I think eventually what comes around is going to go around. So, my personal thoughts.
Well, you can always still drink it though. That's the deal. As long as it's worth what you paid for it, you can always drink it. Well, there's 1270 in Hemp Hills area. I know we had a buddy that worked with us, and he liked it a lot. And then he went all over town and bought them all up, and they were like $35 or something. And he just snatched them all up.
Which ones? What was it?
It was the Weller's 12.
Oh,
and he was proud. He told me he'd got like 7 of them by driving all around town. I'm like, why? He's like, well, they're going to be hard to get. Yeah, now because you bought all 7. So, but I guess maybe he's right. There you go. Whiskey Crusaders. Well, they're 12 years, 22 here. Exactly.
probably if you can find it, if they still have it in stock when you get there.
It's what it should be. Poor man's Pappy, and then it just blew up. But whatever. Who cares? Elijah Craig
Even
going up too, probably so. Yeah, I know it was a little rude, but he was all jazzed up. He loved it. He tried it, and he loved it. And then he ran around and bought it. He was, I don't know. I was just like, why are you doing that?
DH Silv has a good point. He says none of the people that are buying Van Winkle at 500 are opening the bottles. That is true. There are probably some that are, but yeah, probably the majority of it isn't being opened. Lee Scotch on the Bayou says it'll be like the Beanie Babies of the 80s. I hope so.
Maybe.
Hoyt Impel is tuning in. He says Yellow Spot is still $59. Where at? I haven't seen Yellow Spot for cheaper than, well, in Texas it's $90, which is the cheapest I've seen it. Matt says Whiskey Crusaders, he can get half gallons of Weller 12 year for $45. That's a pretty good buy right there.
That's real good.
David Cole can never find Elijah Craig barrel proof ever. You just have to keep looking.
That's sad. Or travel to another state.
Yeah.
We find
you know what's weird? The third one for this year, the C batch, I haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
That came out in September. It's C919 is that batch number. I've seen the A batch and the B batch here, but I've never seen the C batch yet. Or if it was here, it was sold out and I just never seen it. So
maybe, but they usually linger around a little bit. They're not that hot yet. Should be.
Well, we're over the hour mark, Bart.
True. It's good. I could hear one of the kids stomping around. He should be in bed by now because they're back to school tomorrow.
If anybody's watching the football game, the Houston Astros are up on the New England Patriots 28-9 in the fourth quarter.
Wow. Alex Noander 88 is late to the party. It's all right. You made it in just in time for us to tip our hats.
To hats.
Have loads of the B batch by me, Evanson says. Yep, we saw a lot of it too. He has not seen the C.
Chad Adams says that Brady's about to cry.
I need to go see this. Let's call it. I got to see the crying.
Love you too, Richie.
To hats. Thank you. Nice. That's cool. It's like he's surfing. Like it.
It's in the tube.
Yep.
All right, let's wrap it up. A lot of people had asked about the 11 and the 16, how they compared. They're both darn good.
Good call.
I mean, I didn't necessarily sit there going back and forth between the two. Pick one out that was obviously better than the other. So,
boom, scotch it, you Scotch gods.
oh, I got a little bit left. Thanks, everybody that tuned in. Appreciate it.
Good Sunday to y'all.
Dummies.
I missed the cilantro. Sorry. Cilantro.